Winners take control. Robert's view. By understanding leverage, the concept of doing more with less, you'll start to recognize it in various forms. For instance, the chair I'm sitting in serves as leverage, making it easier for me to type compared to sitting on the ground. Partnering with others is another form of leverage, as demonstrated by the Rich Dad Company, where my skills are combined with those of Kim and Sharon, resulting in much greater leverage than working alone. This approach of utilizing strategic partners for leverage is often referred to as OPR, or other people's resources. We employ strategic partners to assist us in various aspects of our business. For example, we use a strategic partner for book distribution, avoiding the need to develop that capability within Rich Dad. The crucial takeaway is that wealthy individuals employ more leverage than those who are not wealthy. If you aim to be wealthy, leverage is necessary. To become extremely wealthy, a substantial amount of leverage is required. In the cash flow quadrant, the E and S quadrants are characterized by limited leverage, with the work being done solely by the individual. On the other hand, the B and I quadrants embody leverage through the use of other people's money and time. Leverage can take many forms, even extending to one's thoughts. People who win are careful with their thoughts. They don't think to themselves, "I can't do that," or "it's too risky," or "I can't afford it." Instead, they think, "How can I do that?" or "How can I reduce my risk?" or "How can I afford it?" People who invest to win are also very careful about whom they take financial advice from. Similarly to how Olympic athletes make deliberate decisions about their diet, successful investors must carefully select the advice they incorporate into their investment strategy. This may require discarding preconceived notions. For a significant portion of my life, my beliefs about money were in conflict, shaped by both my poor dad's teachings and my rich dad's teachings. The power of control. Investors who aim to succeed also desire control in addition to leverage. The perception of investing as being risky stems from a lack of control. I prefer investing in business and real estate as I have control in those areas. Conversely, I do not invest in paper assets like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds as I do not have control over them. Unfortunately, many individuals who view investing as risky tend to invest in these types of paper assets, resulting in a further lack of control. Is that you? Those of you who have seen my television show on PBS are familiar with the car metaphor I use. On the show, I have a mock-up of a car to demonstrate the importance of controls. On the car, I have 1. Steering wheel, 2. Brakes, 3. Gas pedal, 4. Gear shift, 5. Driver's license, 6. Insurance. Using the car as an example and a metaphor for investing, I ask the audience if they would drive a car without any one of these 6 factors. For example, if you got in a car and it did not have a steering wheel, would you drive the car? Obviously, the answer is no. Why? We all know, because driving the car would be too risky without the control of a steering wheel. Many people think investing is risky because they do not have control. And when you invest in mutual funds, stocks, bonds, or savings, you have almost zero control. On top of that, most investors have no training, and to drive a car requires at least a license to prove the driver has had training and can drive. What makes matters worse is that the investment advisors, financial planners, and brokers have no control either, which may be why they recommend diversify. Diversification is required when you do not have control. Warren Buffett does not diversify because he invests for control. He buys either all of the business or a controlling share of the business. Donald and I love business and real estate because we have control. So what do we control? Most of the answer is found in the following diagram of a financial statement. As entrepreneurs and real estate investors, the 6 controls we want are 1. Income, 2. Expense, 3. Asset, 4. Liability, 5. Management, 6. Insurance. When we speak about financial education, we are speaking about education that gives you the knowledge about how to control these 6 factors. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about controlling these 6 items. For example, when it comes to insurance, I mentioned the importance of using corporate entities to protect personal assets from taxes and lawsuits. It is control over these 6 factors that truly separates the rich from the poor. Additionally, control is also demonstrated by the ability to increase revenue and minimize costs. While many are adept at cutting expenses, few have a knack for boosting sales. This is why, upon his return from Vietnam in 1974, my wealthy father advised me to seek employment in sales. He said, "If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to know how to sell." That's why I spent 4 years at Xerox, honing my sales skills. When people inquire about the initial step they should take to become an entrepreneur, I always suggest they learn sales. Unfortunately, most don't follow my advice. In the words of Donald Trump, some people possess a natural talent for sales while others don't, but the latter can still learn if they desire to. I was not inherently skilled in sales, but I honed my abilities through practice. My expertise in sales has given me more control over the revenue from my investments and the sales of my books. Many talented authors struggle to get their message across because of their inability to sell effectively. The cost of not knowing how to sell is not limited to financial losses, but extends to much greater implications. Donald Trump and I both believe in the value of network marketing or direct sales for its focus on education and training. These industries aim to train individuals to become successful business owners and offer personal development and sales training programs. Our advice is to prioritize education and choose a company for its educational offerings over its compensation. Investing in your education before investing money is crucial, as the ability to sell is essential in determining your personal income, the success of your business, and the value of your properties. The impact of a well-known name like Trump in increasing sales, price, and value is a demonstration of sales power and control. Teach to be rich. I have developed Teach to be Rich, a financial education product for individuals seeking to improve their knowledge in 6 key areas of financial control. This program, designed for cash flow clubs, is based on the Rich Dad educational philosophy and includes 2 workbooks and 3 DVDs for visual learners. Group discussions facilitated by the DVD content, supplemented by the workbooks, enhance understanding and retention. It is also recommended to play cash flow games 101 and 202 to further reinforce lessons. This approach, known as the cone of learning, helps prepare individuals for real-world investing by increasing their understanding and control of their investments. By reducing risk through education, returns on investments are likely to increase. Leverage can come in many forms. Leverage can be your thoughts. People who win are careful with their thoughts, not saying "I can't do that" or "it's too risky" or "I can't afford it." Instead they say, "How can I do that?" or "How can I reduce my risk?" or "How can I afford it?" Robert Kiyosaki. No control. Imagine an individual named John who has been working at a large corporation for many years. He has a comfortable salary and good benefits, but suddenly the company is bought out by another company, and John is laid off. John had always relied on his job for stability and had never taken the time to educate himself on financial management and investment strategies. He had invested his savings into a few stocks and mutual funds, but had no real understanding of how they worked. When he loses his job, he is left feeling helpless and powerless, with no control over his financial future. In contrast, consider another individual named Sarah who has always been proactive about taking control of her finances. Sarah has taken courses and read books on financial management and investing. She has diversified her investments and has a solid understanding of how they work. When she loses her job, she is not as worried because she knows she has control over her financial future and can make informed decisions about how to manage her investments. This example shows the difference between those who have taken control of their finances and those who have not. By investing in education and taking control, individuals like Sarah are better prepared for unexpected events and can weather financial storms with greater ease. Many people feel powerless because they do not have control over their jobs. I have met many people who lost their jobs, not because they were bad employees, but because their companies were sold and they were fired. With so many jobs going overseas today, more and more people are feeling out of control. It's rough to feel confident when you have very little control over both your job and your salary and you invest in assets such as savings, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, assets you have no control over. If our education system was doing its job, it would be teaching young people about the difference between learning to take control and learning to go through life without control. In summary, there are 3 reasons why most people think investing is risky. They are: 1. They have very little financial education. 2. They invest in investments where they have no control, investments such as savings, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. 3. They take investment advice from salespeople, who also have no control over the investment. Step 2 is control. Once you understand what you are going to leverage, your next task is to make sure you have control. Donald's view. Winners take control. Education is the key to gaining control. The more knowledgeable we are in finance, the quicker we can distinguish between advantageous and unfavorable circumstances. Sorting out poor options from the valuable ones becomes more effortless. As a business person, I have a wide range of interests and maintain control by staying involved with each one. I employ capable individuals and trust their competence, but also ensure regular communication and keep my door open to them. While I don't engage in excessive micromanagement, I understand that ultimate responsibility lies with me. Being aware that I bear responsibility means that I am in charge. Full stop. The Trump Organization is the top privately held firm in New York, and I am proud of the accomplishments we have achieved. I emphasized we as it takes a collective effort to succeed. However, I ensure our continued success by setting a high bar for myself. Life is filled with uncertainties, and we cannot have complete control, as much as we may desire. Nevertheless, by obtaining education, making prudent decisions, and maintaining a constructive outlook, we can decrease risks and amplify our power. A lot of people have been great successes when the supposed odds were entirely against them. They won because they decided to take control of their destiny and refused to give up. One way to maintain control is to always keep the big picture in mind. When people talk about the big picture, I am often reminded of a tapestry. Someone once told me that if you look at the back of a beautiful and priceless tapestry, all you will see is a bunch of knots. Well, sometimes that's all people will see because they haven't seen the finished design on the other side yet. Destiny sometimes works that way, so don't give up control by leaving your own tapestry, the design of your life, unfinished. Soon after I heard that analogy, someone said they were in knots about something, and I suddenly just saw that the guy wasn't visualizing his tapestry. He was losing sight of the big picture. When I told him the story, he became visibly more relaxed. Look at things from the other side sometimes. It will help you maintain control, giving you insight into how to deal with problems and people. You have to be able to control what is around you, at least to the extent that you aren't left in knots. Some synonyms for control to think about are command, mastery, authority, dominion, and determination. You may not have control over a lot of things, but you can start with yourself. Brainpower is the ultimate leverage. You've got a brain, use it. Call me a control freak, but I don't accept excuses. Winners take control by accepting responsibility. Brainpower is the ultimate leverage. Donald Trump. Review your life today. Are you able to choose how you spend your day? Or are you told how to spend your day? Do you direct how your money is invested? Or do you leave it up to someone else? What are you in control of? What are you not in control of? Just by becoming more active in your financial education and your investments, you will find yourself feeling more in control of your life. If you are an employee and feel out of control, consider what you can do on a part-time basis. Let's start a part-time job to change that. You will be amazed at how quickly your confidence increases just from feeling more in control of your life. Starting a part-time business is an option for those who want to supplement their income or pursue a passion outside of their full-time job. It allows for flexibility and the ability to balance multiple responsibilities. By carefully managing time and resources, it's possible to grow a successful part-time business and achieve financial stability. See you in next video.